We're down to the last 8 of the FA Cup, when every club can believe.
Grealish took it neatly, outrageous.
Minamino, his second goal of the night.
Takes it on his right foot and scores!
Rondon, oh, he scores!
Werner across, finished by Lukaku. Yates puts Forrest in front. Coburn, goal gaping, goal fouled. They've done it.
Welcome to the Emirates FA Cup preview show. Coming up, 25 years on, Middlesbrough reflect on their finest cup hour.
You know, I was saying to the lads, it's an FA Cup final. Don't let yourselves down on the day. You know, let's see if we can win something and bring something out of the season.
Patrick Viera and Frank Lampard were serial FA Cup winners as players. Now they meet as managers.
Form, odds, all pretty much go out the window, and you've got a really good crack at getting to the final, which neither of them probably would have expected when they took over their managerial positions, but both of them will embrace.
Willy Caballero has tasted the highs and lows of cup football. The Saints keeper is eyeing another Wembley date.
Just the moment to arrive to Wembley to play a final is a historic moment for every player.
And there's no need to be alarmed in our FA Cup quiz.
That quiz wasn't going very well anyway. Thanks, I set the alarm off.
The quarter-finals see Championship side Middlesbrough host Chelsea. Fans of the Teesside club are beginning to believe Chris Wilder's team can emulate the FA Cup exploits of Borough '97, a mix of level heads and foreign stars, built by former England captain Bryan Robson.
I was fortunate enough to take on some really good professionals, and I brought in Nigel Pearson, Neil Cox, Clayton Blackmore, who was free transfer from United.
Bringing people in like Ravanelli and Janino, obviously Mersk turned up as well. You know, it elevated the club then.
Then the rest of the lads, you know, like Branco, Ravanelli, Emerson. When I signed those sort of lads, it was the influence of Juninho being in our squad, which influenced them to come to Middlesbrough.
Robson's team opened their FA Cup campaign with a 6-0 thrashing of Chester City.
6-0 the scoreline.
How can I not remember that? I can't remember the game.
But a 4th-round tie against non-league Hensford Town has stayed in the memory.
Hensford, I feel they're quite a strong side, and they were non-league, and they give us a right fright. You know, and I think it was Ravanelli scored in the last 10 minutes to win us the game.
Borough went to Manchester City in round 5.
I don't even know if I played against City in that game, but you know, the main thing is getting through. It doesn't matter how you get through.
And it comes to Juninho. It's a goal.
The Brazilian's goal set up a trip to the East Midlands for the quarter-finals.
We went away to Derby, and I think it was 2-0. We won there. Then semi-final, I think everybody can always recall.
Very disappointing not starting against Chesterfield because it was at Old Trafford.
Fortunately, we got away with VAR in today's game. In them days, we wouldn't have got away with it, and we probably would have been knocked out. David Ornstein sent off Kinder.
So now I get on. I'm coming in for Vladimir, but we're a man down.
When you go down to 10 men against anybody, you know it's going to be a tough ask for the boys, and especially when you go goals down.
In the second half, I looked at the team and we looked like we'd given up. And I decided myself, I need to do something because not everybody else looks like they're giving it up. And I remember making a run down the wing and I put a cross in. I can't remember who scored.
Clayton Blackmore's into that area. The ball in for Ravanelli. And Middlesbrough have a goal.
But the lads kept fighting, kept believing in themselves, and we kept getting back into the game. The replay, yeah, went really well for us.
And we battered them 3-0 in the replay. But all in this was happening. Ravanelli, I think, he went home to Italy to get himself fit for the final. You know, we ended up going down with him not playing for us. We needed him. You know, he just left us in the lurch. You know, we're trying to stay in the Premier League.
Middlesbrough's first appearance in the FA Cup final had been tainted by that relegation from the Premier League. But they still believed they could beat Chelsea.
You know, I was saying to the lads the week building up, where, you know, it's an FA Cup final. Would you ever believe that you would have been in an FA Cup final? Don't let yourselves down on the day. You know, let's see if we can win something and bring something out of the season.
We've been relegated, now we've got a chance to give the fans something back.
Robbie picks the ball up, takes a throw in. We give it away straight away, and they go bang into Di Matteo, and he scores after 45 seconds. I mean, it was just unbelievable. You couldn't write the script.
And a goal! Oh, fantastic start! Roberto Di Matteo!
Chelsea would win 2-0, and there would be no happy ending for Middlesbrough. But that season of '97 will never be forgotten.
I can't knock the players, even though we got beat 2-0 off Chelsea.
Having the cup runs was, I think it just spices everything up, and I think everybody loves a cup run.
Fast forward 25 years, and current manager Chris Wilder has the chance to avenge that defeat to Chelsea.
Chris Wilder's done great since he's been in. He's a very good manager. This is a real big one though as well. The Riverside Stadium will be full house. The fans will get right behind the team. Chelsea will know that they've been in a real tough game by the end of the match.
When you come into Arsenal, you do understand how it is important, and you just feel in love with the FA Cup.
It's something that I hold dear. I grew up watching the cup finals. My dad played in won two.
Frank Lampard has been a record breaker in English football, but specifically in the FA Cup. He's the second top goal scorer. He's won 4 trophies in the competition and given us some incredible memories. Patrick Viera, in his own right, has taken the FA Cup by storm, really, as a foreign player coming over. We're talking about 2 legends of the FA Cup coming head-to-head like they used to on the pitch, this time in the dugout. They were both central midfielders, but they were incredibly different in their style of play. I think Patrick Viera was perhaps more all-action. Yeah, he could be combative defensively and dominate, smother the opposition. He was a real leader.
I wonder what is going through his mind now.
You know that if you score, you will win it. I really take my time. I knew where I wanted to hit it, so I just put it where I wanted to.
He's done it! Arsenal have won the FA Cup.
With Frank Lampard, he was maybe a little easier on the eye, and that's to take nothing away from Patrick Viera, but Frank Lampard was an artist, really. He was able to pass as well as any player and pick holes, and his timing of runs into the box was exceptional. They were 2 of the greats of English European world football.
2009, I scored.
Lampard, never shy about shooting, and you can see why!
We won 2-1 against Everton, and that's what this cup's all about. It doesn't die because those feelings are special. They're my memories, and that's what I hold dear.
For me, it's really special, the FA Cup. That is my last trophy I lift in football, and that is how it started, and that is what it ended.
Manchester City proved a pretty happy hunting ground for players after they were perhaps at the club where they enjoyed their peak years. First of all, it was Viera, and he contributed significantly as a player. Lampard came in a bit later and had a really strong impact there and found a connection with the club. And so I think both Viera and Lampard will reflect on their time at Manchester City with real pride. Many people forget that Lampard played for Viera at New York City FC. That came through the Manchester City link and partnership. And it's a pretty unique bond when they used to go up against each other on the pitch. For Patrick Viera, it was really only one defining manager, and that was Arsene Wenger. And he became like a father figure to him. And Viera would have seen every element of his coaching day in, day out. And I think you're seeing Viera embodying some of what Arsene Wenger showed in his managerial career. He's fairly calm, but he can show emotion. He tries to play an attacking, attractive style of football with Crystal Palace. Frank Lampard played under many different managers. His uncle Harry Redknapp at West Ham. But he needed to make that move to Chelsea. And then, from a footballing perspective, he just rocketed to a new level under the likes of Claudio Ranieri, Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti. The list goes on. There are a few players who will have gained better role models than Viera and Lampard. And with hindsight, that probably set them on a trajectory towards the technical area. You should, if you're playing under Patrick Viera and Frank Lampard, tap into their reservoirs of knowledge and experience, because if you don't, you will regret it. They won some of the biggest trophies multiple times. They performed at the very highest level for club and country. They knew what it took. They're fonts of knowledge. It would be remiss of their players not to dip into that well and keep going back for more.
Elise, danger! Oh, yes! That is magnificent!
Patrick Viera has confounded some real doubters. They thought Crystal Palace were going to struggle this season. Well, it's gone quite the opposite way. Everton have had a really terrible time of it since Lampard came in the Premier League. The FA Cup has been a bit of a glimmer of light for them.
Richarlison and Everton in the comfort zone at last.
I won it as a player and I want us to do well. I love the FA Cup. The magic is there and we'll give it our all.
During my career, I've been really lucky meeting people who show me the right way, who try to make me understand what the FA Cup is all about. And now is my turn to teach that.
They'll know that if they get to that Wembley semi-final, form, odds, all pretty much go out the window. And you've got a really good crack at getting to the final, which neither of them probably would have expected when they took over their managerial positions, but both of them will embrace.
Still to come, Willy Caballero on a 6th round date with old friends.
They are a really good team. They won a lot of trophies, they got confidence.
And there's no room for clues in our cup quiz.
What letters to begin with?
Southampton goalkeeper Willy Caballero was an FA Cup winner with Chelsea in 2018 and then a loser in 2020. Now at the age of 40, he has eyes on Wembley's arch once again.
Just the moment to arrive to Wembley to play a final is a historic moment for every player, every team. Sometimes we got the day in our hand that we could win, and the worst day is when you lost the final. It's fantastic because I had the opportunity to play most of the games. Unfortunately, I didn't play the final, but after that, I enjoyed with my teammates the whole day, even with the family, because it was a few years ago when we could have a party with the family all together. It was fantastic. It was my mom also in the stadium, and it was a nice memory for everyone.
He deserves that, Willy Caballero, the goalkeeper who got Chelsea to this final.
The Argentinian still lives close to Chelsea's training base, but now makes the daily commute to the south coast after signing for Southampton in December.
They called me. I was training with the Wimbledon AFC, and it was an opportunity that I couldn't say no. The life here in the club is fantastic, and the group of players is a really humble group, and it's really nice to adapt with this kind of people here. When they signed me, what was my job for? First of all, it was for a month, but now, until the end of the season, try to compete with everyone. In the last in the last months, the performance of Fraser is showing what we are training. He's doing really well, so we are all happy for his performance. I know he looks like a serious guy, but I am sometimes really funny and really positive, and I could reach the right person, the right part of him, and we have fun every time that we can in the training.
The Saints manager, Ralph Hasenhüttl, has praised the positive impact the experienced Caballero has made on his squad since his arrival 3 months ago.
When you have the age like I have, you're not the mentor, but can be an inspiration for some of them. All the things that I learned in other clubs, or even in Boca Juniors, or even in Spain, in the way that I love to train, or that I love to compete in the training as I am playing a real game, and that sometimes is contagious. So maybe those things likes to the manager and likes to the people at the staff, and it's good to listen that people speak well about you.
After impressing in the 5th round against West Ham, Caballero is in contention to play against his former team, Manchester City.
Well, it was fantastic because it was my first team in England, in the Premier League, and I got lovely memories from this club. It was my first time with such a high-quality players. They are a really good team. They won a lot of trophies. They got confidence. They got a player in a great level of performance. Some of the games that they've been playing all together since they were kids. But Southampton did really well in the last 2 games, so we got our confidence, and hopefully we're gonna do it again.
This season we've been on the road to Wembley, beginning in August with the extra preliminary round and travelling all the way through the competition proper. We've enjoyed runs with Stratford and Shrewsbury, but it's with Merseyside giants Liverpool that our path now follows. After seeing off Shrewsbury, Cardiff and Norwich, the Reds have been drawn away to Nottingham Forest in the quarter-finals. Forest have won this famous competition twice, but haven't appeared in the final since 1991 when they lost to Spurs. That was Brian Clough's final attempt to win the one major trophy that eluded him. Liverpool are 7-time winners of this competition, but this is also the one domestic trophy that Jurgen Klopp is yet to win. This season is the furthest Liverpool have been during his 7-year reign.
Shocks can happen. It's the reason people love the FA Cup still.
Dare to dream, as they say. That's the way you've got to be, you've got to definitely go in with a positive frame of mind.
It was just an electric atmosphere, and you just couldn't wait to get started and get into the game.
Yeah, it's great to be part of that history and that tradition. It's just, it's amazing.
Throughout its 150-year history, the FA Cup has delivered unforgettable moments. From everyman to icon, cult heroes who've made their name in the 6th round tell us what the Cup means to them.
I think Birmingham had their biggest crowd for a long time. There was over 40,000 there. When we turned up in the coach, we were like 30 minutes late, so our preparation was a nightmare.
Oh, lovely skill. Oh, what a magnificent goal!
He came inside and bent it over the goalkeeper's head. It was a great goal, and I managed to score the second goal, and it was, it was one which I probably would never score again, and it was just great to get through the quarter-final.
He winds up to have a goal! Chelsea break through.
Good memories of the day. Must have made a lot of people very happy that weekend.
Potts has made a mistake. Oates is through. He's on his hat-trick, remember.
I managed to connect really well with it, and yeah, it was in the corner for 3-2.
It could be the goal to send Luton into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Ginola. Look at this run by Ginola. Oh, that's a fantastic goal! Another outstanding strike by Ginola.
There was none bigger than Chelsea at the time, you know, with all the names and superstars that they've got in their team, and everyone was just really looking forward to the game.
That was Ferenci's pass to Devaney.
I just watched it come across and tried to get a good connection on it and managed to get above Cudicini.
Odegaard, yes! What a leap and what a goal!
I just ran into the corner because all my family were up here, and you know, all the boys just came in, and it was a great moment.
That's it! They have done it! First it's Anfield and Liverpool, now it's Chelsea at Oakwell. It's unbelievable stuff from Barnsley. Armstrong's through, he's past Law, and he's scored! Tremendous goal! Chris Armstrong! That was a sensational strike.
I think CFAC was still on the go. Wickham had a piece about how many injuries they had, so my agent obviously found out and got in touch with the club, and he said, let's have a look then.
Essendo's waiting in the middle here with the header, and he's done it! Can you believe it?
There's sometimes you'll make a connection like a strike, or you head it, and as soon as you make contact, you know it's going in.
Wycombe Wanderers have what must surely be the goal that sends them into their own dreamland.
Great scenes and great moment.
Something as a boy you dream of.
Even it's a little part of it, but it's something that you can always look back on and think, yeah, it was great.
Finally, it's time to put your thinking caps on in our FA Cup quiz. Ready?
I'm not great at quizzes, but we'll give it a go.
OK, Brian, question 1. The 2020 final featured 2 Argentinian goalkeepers. Willy Caballero was a runner-up with Chelsea, but which of his compatriots lifted the trophy?
Argentinian.
Oh, I'm hopeless. No, I wouldn't.
No, it's not coming.
Pass.
Emiliano Martinez.
Who?
Well done, David. It was Arsenal's Emiliano Martinez, now of Aston Villa, who won the Cup in 2020. Question 2. Crystal Palace against Everton pits 2 of the competition's most decorated individuals against each other. But how many FA Cups in total do Patrick Viera and Frank Lampard have between them?
Combined.
Oh, well, Frank would be quite a few with Chelsea.
I'd have to go 6,
10,
8,
11.
9.
Correct. Viera won it 5 times and Lampard 4. Question 3. In which year did Bryan Robson and Clayton Blackmore both feature in a winning FA Cup final for Manchester United?
Bryan Robson and Clayton Blackmore.
I've got to be careful here now. Clay, which one did he play in?
92.
85?
That's a wrong answer.
1990. Yes. We're on the sheet.
90. 90, yeah, it would be Clayton and Lee Martin.
Got there in the end. Both players featured in United's 1990 win over Crystal Palace. Question 4. And which side have knocked the last 2 winners of the FA Cup out in this season's competition?
One of them's beaten the 2 of them.
Arsenal, first up.
The last 2 years, what was it? Oh, yeah.
And then they beat Leicester City.
What letters to begin with?
Nottingham Forest.
That quiz wasn't going very well anyway. Thanks. I set the alarm off.
Forest.
Leicester, was that Nottingham Forest?
Saved by the bell, Brian. It was Nottingham Forest, who've knocked out both Arsenal and Leicester City. And finally, all 8 teams left in the competition have reached the final before. But which club has won it most?
Chelsea, Liverpool, Chelsea,
It's going to be Chelsea, isn't it?
Chelsea.
Chelsea have won it a fair few times just lately. Chelsea?
A full house. Chelsea have won 8 FA Cups, one more than Liverpool. And with 4 out of 5, this week's winner of the quiz isn't Clayton or Brian, but David Ornstein. Wembley is one step away. Just 90 minutes could separate the remaining contenders from the FA Cup semi-finals. Time to bring your A game.
An incredible cup tie. Is that the final twist? Beautiful move. What a special goal by Millwall.
Henry away from Cudicini. Finishing of the highest quality.
Fabulous goal.